is Ruben Amorim at Manchester United, and what next is for him after yesterday's UEFA Europa League failure. Yesterday we are in the final of the UEFA Europa Cup of Manchester United up against Tottenham Hotspurs. Remember, this man, that is Ruben Amorim, came in as a replacement, that is for the by then under pressure coach, that is Erik ten Hag, who is currently being eyed by teams like Bayer Leverkusen after the departure of that is Xabi Alonso. Ruben Amorim had been one of the key performers, that is ever since the 2022 up to latest, up to that was 2024 at Sporting Lisbon, managing that is 2 league trophies, and even by the time of his password, that is Manchester United, was leading that is the Portuguese Premier League, and even performing better, that is in the UEFA Champions League. However, after the departure of Erik ten Hag, he had to be given a chance to come at Manchester United to take over the role of one of the biggest clubs that is on the global scene of football. Ruben Amorim, in the Premier League, things are not moving on positively. Reason being that his wins are just counted on fingers, and between January up to date, Manchester United has only managed to add that is 90 points. Currently they have that is 39 points, and the teams that they have managed to beat, that is Manchester City, which was a relegated team, which is a relegated team, and even that is Ipswich Town, which is also a relegated team. Since then, and even teams like that is Southampton, all those teams have been relegated. But coming to the other teams, results haven't been going on positively. Remember earlier on, they had critics, that is at Manchester United, over the way that is Erik ten Hag was playing. However, during his 2 years that is at the club, that is Erik ten Hag, in his first season he managed to reach on 2 finals. That was the Carabao Cup that he managed to win after edging out that is Newcastle, and even that is the FA Cup where he lost that is to Manchester City 2-1. In his second season, he made a repeat by coming back to that is the finals with the same team that had beaten him that is the previous year, and this time he managed to beat that was Manchester City 2-1. However, in the third season and even in the first season, had managed to put Manchester United that is in the third position, taking them that is the UEFA Champions League, where they ended up being last, that is in the group. However, after his departure, they brought in that is Ruben Amorim, currently taking over Manchester United. And to those ones that had spoken to that is earlier on TV, had given you some of the key aspects and how the performances have been. So Ruben Amorim was brought at Manchester United, being one of the most interesting coaches and youngest coaches that is on European continent, with his performances that is at Sporting Lisbon, where he had guided the team that is to 2 Premier League titles, amidst challenges from FC Porto and even that is Benfica. So they thought that maybe would perform better. I haven't said that has been sacked, but he's still at Manchester United. But many questions are being asked whether he's the right replacement or is the right coach to be at Manchester United. I spoke to most of the Manchester United fans, and others were saying that let Ruben Amorim stay at the club. Reason being that since 2012-2013 season, when Manchester United has sacked, that is when Manchester United ended a tenure of 26 years, that is for Sir Alex Ferguson, they have gotten many coaches over there who have failed, that is to influence. A list is endless, but the most prominent one is the chosen one currently at Everton Football Club, that is David Moyes. The likes of Van Gaal, the likes of Ryan Giggs, the likes of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the likes of ten Hag. So the list has been endless, but and even the special one, that is Jose Mourinho. So amongst all those coaches, we think that it's only Jose Mourinho that has performed better. He managed to win for them, that is at least 2 trophies. That was the Carabao Cup and even the UEFA Europa Cup. So since then, Manchester United has been getting some few trophies, but the biggest ones haven't been coming. So Ruben Amorim this time is my main topic of discussion. This 40-year-old Portuguese tactician, one of the former players, still at the big clubs that is in the Portuguese league, We thought that maybe we will be performing better. However, with his system, many pundits have had critics over his system, like the 3-4-3, making sure that only 3 defenders can play, and even some of them have been hitting out that 3 defenders cannot play. That is in the English Premier League because of its intensity, physicality, and even the overworking of the body. However, I can come in over there and I see that people like Antonio Conte, that is the former Chelsea coach, currently at Napoli, is one of the biggest successful coaches with that system. In the 2016-2017 season, he made Chelsea win, that is the Premier League title, with such that is the style of play, where we had the likes of Victor Moses playing some intensive football, and even several other teams. So a system can work, but it depends on the players that you are giving it to. Manchester United right now, it's having players who are averaging like an age of around 28 years. Most of the players that is in the midfield are almost waved up by age. Casemiro currently at 32 years, the likes of Bruno Fernandes currently at 30, the likes of Eriksen currently at 32 years, apart from Ugarte. So also the midfield of Manchester United, me on my side as a pundit, I think is one of the talking points why the team is not performing better. But besides that, he had come, that is in the time when the transfers are done. However, many could ask questions why Manchester United owners did not give him a chance to buy, that is a top class striker. Currently is having, that is Rasmus Højlund. Yesterday we saw what he played, that is on the pitch. He was not very influential, always losing possession, could not dribble, could not shoot. So at his age of 21 years, we think maybe Manchester United can opt in for a better striker than Rasmus Højlund and even improve on, that is the creativity that is in the midfield. The reason being, people like Amad Diallo are playing some good football. However, they also need support, more so in some tricky games. So that is Ruben Amorim, if at all is given a chance to stay at Manchester United despite of their poor form, and they are only remaining with 1 game up against Aston Villa, and that will be at their home stadium. That will be on Sunday up against Aston Villa, at least to make sure that Manchester United can merge, that is to 40 points or even 42 points. Should use, that is the summer transfer window, as one of his biggest room for improvement. Reason being that in the summer, should he fail to improve, maybe I think could not finish, that is the next season, because this time Manchester United fans have been so friendly to him, and they loved him so much. That's why many are talking less about his sacking, and even the board hasn't stated anything upon his sacking. So we expect him to continue, but has to use, that is the summer transfer window, as one of his biggest room, that is for improvement. For many strikers that he wants to sign, he likes the likes of Victor Osimhen, but I don't think with Manchester United out of European football, that is next season, that will attract big players the likes of Victor Osimhen who want to compete, that is on the highest platform, that is the UEFA Champions League. So to the viewers and fans of Manchester United, I think if Ruben Amorim is still given a chance, has to take the opportunity of the summer transfer windows to improve on his squad, or to bring in players that can suit, that is in his squad. So on my side, I hope that Manchester United is going to make so many off-roads, that is in the summer. Even news coming in now, we have just heard about that the Saudi Pro League heavyweights, that is Al Hilal, the team that released off Neymar, that will be coming in for over £150 million buy, that is for their skipper, that is Bruno Fernandes. So if at all is taken, maybe that money could be used to bring in younger players. Some question may emerge there in the comment box, that would it be a profit, would it be a good decision for Manchester United to let off Bruno Fernandes, who has stood over, that is in this poor forms of Manchester United? To viewers, just keep